What if I told you that while you're manually researching prospects online and on LinkedIn for 2 hours, AI has already identified 50 qualified leads for you to reach out to, and it even crafted personalized relevant emails in under 2 minutes? It's time to stop prospecting like it's 2019. Although that was a pretty good year for me when I was prospecting at Google Cloud, and I even put on a cold email training that you can find on this channel with real-world cold emails from my Google Cloud days. But anyways, in this video, we're going to talk about how to step into the future and leverage AI to improve prospecting. And we're also going to go over why most sellers are getting AI all wrong. Look, we all know that prospecting can be pretty rough. Your morning probably looks like this. You get in the office, you're researching different accounts, you're looking online to find press releases and compelling events and little nuggets of personalization on LinkedIn. And next thing you know, you spend 2 hours researching 5 accounts and no emails have been sent out. Meanwhile, your quota's breathing down your neck. Here's how to use AI to actually improve your prospecting. And no, I'm not talking about using Claude or ChatGPT to craft a draft of a cold email. Although that's a good idea, that's amateur hour. The first way AI is changing prospecting is predictive lead scoring that actually works. Traditional lead scoring systems might work like this. Okay, the prospect visited our website, they downloaded a white paper, we're going to give them 50 points. AI lead scoring is that on steroids. It might look something like this. Based on technographic data, hiring patterns, recent funding, competitive intelligence, and 47 other signals, this prospect looks like they have an 87% likelihood of buying in the next 90 days. Imagine what you can do from a prospecting perspective with that type of information. Traditional lead scoring systems might flag 200 hot leads a month and have a 2% conversion rate. Imagine that AI-driven systems might flag less hot leads, but maybe 50 quality leads with a higher conversion rate, maybe 18%. The results are going to be way better. It's the same team, the same product, but better intel and better results. The second way that AI is changing sales prospecting is by providing account intelligence that goes deeper. Here's what most sellers think AI prospecting is. Hey AI, can you tell me about Acme Corp? Can you write an email for me based on what our company does that resonates with the prospect? Asking AI to do something like that is better than nothing, but here's what AI prospecting really looks like. Hey AI, here's our company website. Here are some of our case studies, our solution, some of the compelling events that introduce a need for our solution with our prospects are X, Y, and Z. Can you help identify some compelling events and changes going on in this specific prospect's world, feeding them the company website that introduce a need for our solution so I can write some compelling messaging that's personalized to them? The AI is going to spit out insights like they're hiring for several sales engineers. Here are 5 job postings for customer success managers. Their CTO was recently featured in a podcast and he complained about their scaling challenges. Their top competitor just raised a Series B funding round, and in their 10K risk factors, one of the risk factors aligns directly with your differentiation. You're then going to be able to take that to create the most compelling email message possible and also bring that into your cold call. AI doesn't just tell you who to reach out to, but it tells you why to reach out to that specific prospect right now. I'm leaning in now because this is getting good. The third way that AI can improve sales prospecting is through personalization at scale. I built my whole career on personalization, meaning reaching out to prospects with a message that makes sense for them but wouldn't make sense for anyone else. It's very tailored. So imagine you can use AI to say something like this. Hey Taylor, I noticed that you're expanding globally into European markets based on your recent job postings, and companies like you who are expanding internationally typically run into 3 specific compliance challenges when going through that expansion. And imagine the email continues, it's value-driven, you highlight a relevant case study, but the point is you can use AI to reach out to many more prospects and play the numbers game while also upping the quality of that outreach and having it be tailored to all of those different prospects. And that's going to lead to more responses, better response rates, more pipeline, more revenue, overall better results. And that is powerful. And the fourth way that AI is improving sales prospecting is powerful. It's real-time trigger event detection. Imagine the AI is monitoring all of your prospects and millions of signals: job changes, recent funding rounds, leadership changes, technology implementation, competitive wins and losses, regulatory changes, any relevant compelling events for your specific company and your solution. And then it lets you know when those compelling events happen so you can pounce on those prospects when the timing is right, instead of reaching out weeks and months too late because you didn't have the intel. Maybe I get an AI alert that a sales VP at one of my prospects just left, so it's the perfect time for me to reach out that same day with a tailored message offering fractional sales consulting. And what do you know? I book the meeting the same day, and 3 weeks later, the deal closes. When a sales organization does AI prospecting right, they put in the same time and effort, but get better results. They get more qualified conversations, shorter sales cycles, and a higher conversion rate. Why? Because you stop chasing random leads and instead focused on having more qualified conversations with the right prospects who are ready to buy. But here's where most people mess this up. They think AI is going to replace prospecting, but it's not. It's going to replace manual data gathering, researching, and monitoring of signals, but you still have to create that tailored, valuable email. After maybe working with an AI first draft, you have to make it your own. And if you want to learn how to craft powerful, effective cold emails, then check out a couple videos I've done on the channel on the topic. You're still going to have to make the cold call. You're going to have to be able to open the conversation, pique curiosity, ask great discovery questions, and confidently set the meeting. And by the way, you got to deal with objections along the way because you will meet resistance. So make sure to check out my cold call training on this channel. I have an in-depth video on everything cold calling A to Z, and also download my free cold calling system linked in the description of this video. And of course, you're going to have a great discovery conversation. And I have a video on the channel that highlights how to run great discovery calls, and a great interview with Justin J. Johnston, who helps people close $500K or more as account executives in software sales, that walked us through his discovery call framework at the end of the interview. So check that out. And yeah, you're still going to have to close deals. So ultimately, AI is going to make you smarter and faster, just like Jarvis makes Iron Man smarter and faster. AI is like your ultimate sidekick to make you into a super salesperson. So here's your calls to action. Audit your current prospecting process and see where you can eliminate manual research and other bottlenecks in that process. Secondly, start playing around with different tools. Apollo.io is free and it has some AI capabilities. And if you have access to ZoomInfo, which is a tool that I built my career on, they have an AI capability. They have Copilot that you can play around with. They're great tools. And from there, make sure to dive deeper into how AI is changing sales, because I just scratched the surface today, and I'm nowhere near the expert of some of my incredible podcast guests, like Jake Dunlap, the CEO of Scaled Consulting, who advises CROs and CEOs on how to implement AI for their business. I did a podcast with him, so check that out. I have nowhere near as much insight as Cal Van Voris, who has advised 80 plus SaaS companies and is an AI nerd. And you got to check out our interview we did together, where we talked about AI from A to Z. We hit on all the tools and really got in the weeds. And make sure to check out my podcast interview with Harvard business professor Frank Cespedes, one of the best thought leaders really in the world and in the industry, on how sales fits into a business's strategy. And he talks about AI and he looks at the research and the data, so he's got a really thoughtful perspective. So make sure to check out all those podcasts to go deeper on AI and how it's impacting sales, so you can become a true expert leveraging AI to be a super salesperson. And as I mentioned before, You're going to need to be great on the phones either way, because I don't think AI is really going to touch that for a while. And to be able to have conversations and open them effectively, pique curiosity, and ask great discovery questions, ask for the meeting, and by the way, deal with different objections, that's critical. And my cold calling system, it's linked in the description of this video. It's going to give you multiple scripts and 15 objections with example responses. I'm really proud of it. It's helping a lot of people. So guys, long story short, AI isn't going to replace salespeople, but the salespeople who use AI are going to replace the sellers who don't. So make sure to adapt to the times and don't go extinct. Now, if you enjoyed this video and found it to be insightful, make sure to hit the like button, because I'm coming at you every week with videos that are going to help you crush it as a seller, improve your outbound results, and ultimately up-level to the next promotion on your tech sales journey. Make sure to drop a comment on your biggest prospecting challenges that you're facing today, because I read all the comments and I want to hear from you and I want to make relevant content. So let me know what you want to hear about. And if you're an SDR or account executive who wants to master outbound, get promoted to the next level, maximize your income, and crush it on this tech sales path, then I got your back. Make sure to apply for my coaching program. It's not just me, but a bunch of coaches that are top performers in the industry, and we're going to help you get to that next level. So the link to apply for my coaching program, Tech Sales Accelerator, is linked in the description of this video. All right, y'all, I appreciate you tuning into this video and being a part of this growing tech sales community. I respect you for investing in your personal and professional development and to your success in tech sales and in life. Happy selling and happy living, and we'll see you in the next one.